it's been extremely almost non-existent news when it comes to the Batman 2. Very sad. It's obviously a film me and Paul are desperately, eagerly awaiting any sort of news from. But a little bit of hope the other day. Andy Serkis was getting interviewed, and it sounds like he has just been told that he's going to be starting filming the Batman Part 2 or Batman 2, whatever it is, early next year. We don't know exactly when, but according to Andy Serkis, it's early next year. I'll just read what he said. So basically, I know nothing about the movie other than that I've just found out that we're probably likely to start filming early next year. I know that Matt Reeves is working really hard on the script, Serkis continued. Matt Reeves, being Matt Reeves, the extraordinary filmmaker that he is, I can only assume that it's going to be another brilliant script, because I thought what we did on that first film was pretty amazing. I loved working with Robert Pattinson, and I really look forward to playing Alfred once more. So early next year, Paul, do we think this is legit? Do you reckon this is... Andy Serkis knows what he's talking about here. I'd love to think this is filming early next year, but it's been so quiet. It's been unbelievably quiet. Obviously, by the look of this, Andy Serkis hasn't seen a script. He just knows one's getting written. I'm just being a bit fanboy crying here, just like I want some solid news with this, and especially when we're getting all this news with like Superman, especially as well, like, which this film was like, I think announced before the Superman film, and all this energy and time and a lot of Warner Brothers money is going into this Superman film. I'm just hoping Warner Brothers behind closed doors is still passionate about the Batman with Robert Pattinson and want to see Matt Reeves' full vision. I've said it before, I'll say it again. I definitely think there was some conversation at some point with James Gunn and Matt Reeves about maybe bringing Robert Pattinson into the fold with David Corenswet. I know you're not keen on that idea, Paul, but I wasn't initially at first. It's the more I've seen of them both and stuff like that, I'm just like, I don't know whether this just makes sense to do. But anyway, the Batman Part 2 potentially filming early next year. Do you think this is actually going to happen?
So when's the release date? What's the estimated release date they've got at the moment?
2026 October.
And like Halloween 2026, what they said then. So start filming early next year. Sort of makes sense time-wise. That's when they want to get it out for, a year and a half to make the film.
Yeah.
Year and a half, year and 3/4. I do believe that the conversations were had. There's a reason this film was pushed back, and I think it's more political than...
I'm not insane for thinking that. Do you think there's an air of truth in like?
Yeah, I think they want to.
Because of that.
I think because of how popular the Batman was, they want to differentiate it, and they've come out and said it's not going to be part of the new DC, the James Gunn DC. So I think they've wanted to give James Gunn the time to get his stuff out first to sort of not just muddle them together. Do you know what I mean? I think they want to have then this. I think the Penguin TV show has played a bit of part. I feel like they wanted this Penguin TV show that's coming out. I think they want that to be the Batman 1.5.
Yeah.
And they've just come out and said Robert Pattinson as the Batman is going to... We're not talking about that later, are we?
We're talking about it. Right, we'll move on to it. We'll move on to it because I'm bringing that up next anyway. We'll just join these two stories together.
Okay, cool.
I had the Penguin teed up. We're not going to watch the trailer, folks, because it sends the pod into absolute despair. But we've both seen the trailer, Paul. Yeah.
So the trailer for the Penguin's awesome. We'll talk that 2 seconds. But the story's come out just this past week that Robert Pattinson is going to be in the Penguin as the Batman. They've not just said as Bruce Wayne; they've said as the Batman. Which the last time we spoke about the Penguin, I said to you, if I was a betting man, I'd put money on the Batman is going to be in this film, whether it be a big part or a small cameo. I believed he was going to be in it at some point. There's no way you can have this TV show, and I know it's called The Penguin, but be attached to that movie and not have Batman in it to some degree. Even if it was just Bruce Wayne, I felt like he has to be in it at some point. Yeah. I believe that this TV show is going to bridge into the Batman 2. So I believe that however this show ends is going to give us a inkling or an idea of what the Batman 2 could potentially be about. I could be completely wrong on that. I'm just feeling that that's what they're doing, because they keep saying it's from Matt Reeves, it's part of this universe. Do you know what I mean? So it's not as if it's going to be the Batman, the Penguin, and then the Batman 2 be something completely different. I feel like it's going to be like intricate into where the story goes in for that second movie. So with that said, I still think we're going to get October 2026. And I think this TV show is going to be a nice sort of like appetizer for that. But we'll see.
I think you're right. This is definitely, they're looking at this as like the Batman 1.5. And just to get into this trailer a little bit, like, I'm not going to lie, folks. We've seen quite a lot of this TV show. We saw a behind the scenes reel they did. And this was maybe 2 years ago at this point. I'm not joking. This was a long time ago. Then we got a teaser for it. Then we've just got this new trailer that's come out. And this new trailer, I thought, was unreal. Like, this is really the trailer that's got me excited about this show. Not that I wasn't excited before, but what they were showing us in the teaser and the little trailer that we had previous, it was moving the needle. It just wasn't moving it totally for me. This new trailer, whoo, my God, love it. Absolutely love it. And the biggest thing, my biggest takeaway from this trailer, apart from the character itself, my biggest love of Batman and Batman lore, movies, whatever, is a good looking, dark Gotham, right? Mm-hmm. It's my main thing. To me, Gotham City is as big as a character as any of the Rogues Gallery is, or anything like that. I think you've got to put some effort into what your Gotham City looks like. And, the Batman already made Gotham look pretty tasty. It was a real step up from the Nolan trilogy in my eyes. Not as chaotic and as architecture madness as what the Burton films were and Schumacher films, but it was doing a good job at planting its own take on Gotham. And the shots of Gotham in this trailer, wow, mate! Because obviously we're in like a no man's land sort of situation here. So at the end of the Batman, obviously with the water breakage, half the city is covered in water at the moment, and you can see all that is went through into the Penguin show. What is Gotham going to look like once all that water's gone? Mate, it's going to be hell on earth. Do you know what I mean? So I just really hope that we can get a few more entries. I'd especially love another look at another Rogues Gallery villain. I think doing what they're doing here with the villains being on HBO is something. I love it. We can get like a deeper into the psychology of what these villains are. It was announced when they were announcing the Penguin show that they were going to do an Arkham show set in this Matt Reeves. Oh,
yeah,
mate.
They have said that. Yeah, I'd be all over that. Jesus Christ.
Oh, I'd love that. I would love it, because obviously the little snippets of Arkham we've seen so far, like, these people are troubled. Do you know what I mean? And it reminds me of Arkham Asylum, the games. Like, it does give me that sort of that 100%. Vibe. Yeah, man. So look, I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to this Penguin show. Like, definitely, like, I'm so glad that trailers like that came out, because it's got me really excited now. And
mate, for me, man, it's everything I love about the Batman outside of the character of the Batman. It's that grounded mobster, that dark street level take. They're my favorite Batman stories. We're talking year one, stuff like that. They're always been my bread and butter Batman stories. That dark, grounded mobster stuff. Mate, this looks like The Sopranos, Godfather, with Batman over it. Like, it looks incredible. You've got the the Falcones and the Maronis and all that in it. Colin Farrell looks on fire. He looks like he's having a great time in the role, like he was in the Batman. He's going to be able to spread his wings a bit more in this show. Give us a lot more of his take on Oswald Cobblepot. I think there's more to this than they're not showing us. I think that we are going to see more villains in it. I don't think it's going to be like throwing fucking Poison Ivy, Two-Face, all that. I think we'll get another villain in it that we're not being told about. I think there's going to be a few hidden nice surprises in it. I'm just excited. Like, I am excited for this show. I think it's going to absolutely bang.
I could see in the show them introducing another DA, but it not being Harvey Dent. So, you know, in the Batman, the DA, he died in that one. Mm-hmm. So I was like thinking in my head, the Batman 2, this is where we introduce Harvey Dent now. But having, like, you could tease it a little bit further. So you think, the new DA is going to be Harvey Dent. We're going to see what he looks like. It'd be someone else. Then that person die at the end of the Penguin, setting up for the Batman Part 2.
I wouldn't be surprised if Harvey Dent's not in this show, you know. I'd put money on it. If I was a betting man, I'd throw a $5 down on it.
Do you not think we'd have heard of that by now, though, casting-wise?
I think there's going to be a few things that hold to the chest with this. I think there's going to, like I said, it's just me speculating, and I'm not going to get myself that worked up where if it doesn't happen, I'll be like, for God's sake. But I think there's going to be things in this that we aren't being told about. Like, again, just because of the speculation that I feel like this is going to tee up the next movie. So I think they're going to leave us some breadcrumbs for what's going to go into the next movie. Even if it's like the last scene of the show and we see like Harvey Dent's door with his name on or something, and I'm like, oh, imagine it just ended like that. Like, just something.
Now that would be cool. I'd be down for that there. That'd be amazing.
Don't even have to see him, just see his name on like the DA door or something, like the frosted glass door of his name or something. Like,
take my money.
Anything like that. Well, yeah, I'll be frothing at the mouth for. I'm so excited for this show. Like, I think it's going to be really, with Matt Reeves as well, man. Like, I think the show is going to be special. I'll be shocked if I don't walk out this show and that's one of the best shows I've seen this year, if not the best show I've watched this year.
100%. And just to touch on on what you brought up about the Batman potentially showing up, I hope they don't do like the thing that I think they're going to do is, as in, like, say this is 8 episodes, then he turns up in the last 15 minutes of the 8 episodes. I think you'd be better off maybe saving that bit for a Batman like in costume, but I'd love to see just like a really casual, like, oh holy shit, that's Bruce Wayne. Do you know what I mean? Just doing something in the public in a suit. I'd love to see that rather than the Batman in costume.
It's got to explain where he is, though.
Oh yeah, 100%.
It's got to show. It's got to tell us if all this shit's going on in this show with the Penguin, all these crime bosses and these mobsters and that. It's got to show us where's the Batman.
Maybe there's a reason he's not around. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think that might be why he's in it. Or they might get rid of him somehow. I don't know. We'll see when the show comes out, I guess.
No, mate. I think we're both looking forward to it. So we'll definitely cover that one on the channel. We'll probably wait until the entire thing's released. Yeah, then we'll do a big old review on it, because there'll be like you say, there'll be cameos, there'll be little Easter eggs and stuff. Like, we've got to be detectives when that show comes out.